There are moments when nature reminds us that we still don't know everything. No matter how advanced technology becomes, no matter how many satellites orbit the Earth, or how deep we dive into the ocean, the world still hides mysteries that science can't fully explain. Today, we're diving into the strange, the unexplainable, and the breathtaking, natural phenomena that continue to defy logic and challenge everything we think we know. The Taos hum, a sound with no source. In a quiet desert town called Taos, New Mexico, residents began hearing a strange, low-pitched hum in the early 1990s. It wasn't a sound everyone could hear. Only a few people could detect it, describing it as a distant diesel engine idling somewhere underground. But when investigators came to measure it, the sound didn't show up on any equipment. No factory, no power line, no geological movement explained it. It was just there. Some people said it kept them awake at night. Others claimed it disappeared when they left town. Scientists tried everything: seismic sensors, sound detectors, even magnetic field monitors, but nothing matched. Some called it a natural acoustic resonance of the Earth. Others whispered it might be psychological, something the mind created when exposed to absolute silence. But no one really knows. The Taos hum remains a sound without a source, a song the Earth hums only to those who listen closely. The Hesteland Lights, ghosts in the sky. In a small valley in Norway called Hesteland, glowing lights appear in the sky, floating, flickering, and sometimes darting across the night like intelligent fireballs. Locals have watched them for decades. Sometimes they're white, sometimes yellow or red. They hover for minutes, then vanish into the darkness. Scientists set up cameras and radar to study them. The lights were real, not hallucinations. Some theories suggested ionized gas, electrical discharges in the atmosphere, or even plasma balls created by minerals reacting with moisture. But none of these theories fully explained the pattern, the consistency, or why the lights only appear in that specific valley. There's even footage of two lights merging into one and then separating again, like they were alive. Imagine standing in the silent Norwegian valley with snow beneath your feet and a glowing orb above you, and realizing that even with all our satellites and sensors, the sky still keeps its secrets. The deep sea bloop, a voice from the abyss. In 1997, researchers from the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration recorded a strange sound in the Pacific Ocean. It was loud, so loud it could be heard across thousands of kilometers of water. They called it the bloop. At first, it sounded biological, like something alive, a massive creature releasing a deep, echoing call from the abyss. But there's a problem. No known animal, not even the largest whale, could make a sound that powerful. Eventually, some scientists suggested it might be the sound of ice cracking, giant icebergs breaking apart in Antarctica. But the mystery lingered. Why did the sound have the acoustic signature of a living creature? No one knows for sure. Maybe it was ice. Maybe something we've never met. The ocean still covers more than 70% of the Earth, and we've explored less than 5% of it. Whatever made the bloop, it reminds us how little we truly know about what lives below. The Siling Stones of Death Valley. In California's Death Valley, large rocks, some weighing hundreds of kilograms, move across the desert floor all by themselves, leaving long trails behind them. No one ever sees them move. No wind is strong enough to push them. And yet there they are, trails of motion carved in dry earth. For decades, it was one of Earth's strangest puzzles. Then, in 2014, scientists finally captured the movement using time-lapse cameras. They discovered that on rare nights when temperatures dropped, a thin layer of ice would form under the rocks. When the morning sun melted it slightly, gentle breezes could move the stones very slowly. Mystery solved, but only partly, because it took decades, countless theories, and a bit of luck to catch nature's trick in action. Sometimes even the simplest explanation takes time to reveal itself. Ball lightning, the fire that floats. One of nature's most unpredictable spectacles is ball lightning, a glowing sphere of electricity that appears during thunderstorms, drifting silently through the air like a spirit. Witnesses have described them for centuries, hovering over rooftops, floating through windows, even rolling along the ground before vanishing with a pop. Yet for all the stories, no one has ever been able to reproduce it reliably in a lab. Some physicists think it's a plasma bubble sustained by electromagnetic fields. Others think it's a chemical reaction between oxygen and silicon in the soil. But none of it fits fully. What's even stranger, the lights sometimes appear indoors, passing through glass without shattering it, like electricity that obeys its own laws. When it comes to ball lightning, even Einstein might have shrugged. The missing bees. Here's a mystery that's not just weird, it's worrying. In the early 2000s, beekeepers across the world began noticing something terrifying. Millions of bees were disappearing without a trace. Not dead, just gone. The phenomenon was called colony collapse disorder. Bees would leave their hives and never return, leaving the queen and a few young behind. Scientists looked at pesticides, diseases, radiation, climate change, and while they found some contributing factors, there's still no single clear answer. It's as if something invisible whispers to them to go and not come back. Why does this matter? Because bees pollinate 1/3 of all the food we eat. When they vanish, the balance of ecosystems collapses with them. Sometimes the biggest mysteries aren't just about the unknown, it's about survival. The never-ending mystery of Earth itself. For every phenomenon we can't explain, there are 100 more waiting to be discovered. The singing dunes of the desert that produce deep notes when sand slides down. The strange glowing waves that light up the ocean at night. Bioluminescence that seems almost magical. The auroras dancing above the poles, still defying full scientific prediction. Each one whispers the same message, that for all our progress, we're still children trying to read the language of nature. Science is not about knowing everything. It's about knowing how much we don't know and finding wonder in that uncertainty. So, next time you hear a strange sound or see a flash of light in the night sky, don't rush to explain it. Pause, look, and let yourself feel the awe of being part of a world that's still, in many ways, a mystery.